Okay, afternoon, guys. I'm gonna be talking about the stock market and artificial intelligence and the future of what's coming. So, yeah, let's get ready to do this. Let's just dive in here. You guys know since like 2017, stock market has been tanking. Once it hit 2018, started tanking. Bunch of government stuff and COVID and everything just started tanking. Companies went out. In the old days, it used to be 30% gains, 80% gains, 50% gains, 100% gains. Now you see like 0.5, 0.3, 1%, 5% gains. It's like basically all you see in the stock market nowadays. Uh, Mr. Buffett is pulling his stuff out. He just like cashed in on everything and he donated most of his money to what do you call it, like nonprofit organizations that his family owns, I guess, to hide the money in there or something, so they can get money without having to pay taxes. I guess you can kind of say that, but it's no trick everybody uses. uh, Everybody knows these tricks though. So anyways, stock market is tanking and it's due to artificial intelligence, right? And we can't really blame artificial intelligence. It's just better at doing our job than anybody. But the reason it's tanking is because there's too many people who have artificial intelligence. And I think people like Warren Buffett and all those old school guys, they had all these, they had artificial intelligences running their companies. They're balancing the budgets. They take money out of other people. They drop them whenever they felt like it and pulled back. Somebody's controlling the stock values, right? It's not just the machine doing it, but somebody has input in it, I think. But that's just my opinion. You can have your opinion, whatever. But like, you notice that other companies didn't really emerge fighting. They just seem to have come easily, right? And they came in and took over and dominated and monopoly kind of style, right? And certain people that are related to other people, and it just happened that way, right? But there was no rivals. If there was, they'd make a lot of problems from and drop them real easy because the value system would change all of a sudden on them. And I feel somebody's controlling it, right? But that's just my opinion. But I think it was those old AIs. So nowadays, whatever AI they used in the old days, because they were using it, there's a video with Warren Buffett admitting that he had his own systems there and they bought them off of somebody and they thought they were really good. I guess they're like kind of like from IBM or something. And again, this is all speculative. You don't have to really take my word for it. Just go do some research and this and that, and maybe you'll find out things that are not true how I say them, but maybe they are. So, anyways, you don't have to take my word for it. Just do your research, but find out the computer system that's controlling the stock markets and changing the values, and then find out who made it, and then do your research like that. So, anyways, apparently, people like Warren Buffett pulled their money out. Other companies are doing the same thing because they got an inside track, right? They know who's what, doing what. They're pulling their money out because if let's use that old phrase, if everybody has it, then nobody has it, right? So if I have 1,000 companies and they're all running AIs and they're making sure they're not going to lose money because they have that stop loss feature, and these guys know when to pull out and pull back in, and you got coders writing code for these companies of these guys who are really wealthy and they don't want to lose their money, so they're writing the best code they can and they're paying top dollar to get these AIs implemented in there. So the guys that used to run it in the old days, the old AIs that used to be dominant, they're losing. Now all these companies are losing. These old companies, those old school companies, and they can't get a hold on it because everybody has AI now. Remember, if everybody has it, nobody has it. So everybody's using that stop loss feature, and everybody's kicking right in right when it needs to be, and they're getting all the trends and this and that, and they're better than the old school AIs. And they can't figure out how to. The old school guys can't find the talent, and the young cats, the young guys, they know the people. They're out, rubbing shoulders with people out in the streets, and they know who the programmers are. They know this and that, and they're writing it, and they're putting their own 2 cents in on how to build an app. They're saying, I needed to do this, I needed to do that, I needed to find this little thing, I needed to find that thing. And they're making it made to measure just for them and their company. So when everybody has this, and you see the stock market, like the little waves going up and down, they're catching it on the top, letting it go before it goes to the bottom. And if everybody starts doing this, you start flatlining the stock market. Everybody, no one's losing. So the stock market's, the waves that it has, like the ocean, starts becoming calm. So there aren't no gains no more. Nobody's gaining anybody because things just went flatlined, right? The whole stock market is stopped doing what it was supposed to be doing. And the people who had the AIs that weren't losing, like, I ain't gonna say any names, but you know, there's plenty of names out there, I'm pretty sure. They couldn't figure out how to get around it no more. So now everybody's pulling their money out. And like, this is just a thought. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but I've picked up little things and conversations that I hear just on my TV or the radio or this or that, and I'm like, wait a second. And I kind of piecing pieces together everywhere, and then I go look something up, and then yeah, sure enough. So these people are losing control over the stock market. So they're trying to jump to crypto. And crypto is doing the exact same thing. They got too many AIs in there. Somebody's running it and nobody's running it somehow. So these codes are just going and they're tanking. And I'm like, they have to take from somewhere to give to you when you win. So instead of doing that, they'd rather not let anybody win. So they're just flatlining it themselves. So there's not going to be any value in the stocks. There's not going to be any value in crypto because think about it, artificial intelligence can do what crypto can do. And nobody's realizing this. Crypto is a thing that it sends money all around the world and another company picks it up. But what happens when an artificial intelligence makes another company for somebody that nobody's running and does it all on their own and manages to go around all the people that built these softwares to just transfer money everywhere, and they're trying to make money off of it, and they're like, wait a second, this AI said it's gonna do me transfer $1 million all around the world. It's gonna charge me 2 cents. What, for real? Well, I was gonna go with a company like Ripple, but they charged me like a lot more. So let's go with the unknown AI. Let's transfer a little. If it makes it, we'll do the rest. And they trust it. And what happens? You just put everybody out of the business. And how much did AI make? 2 cents or a penny or whatever. And it did it for nothing. So if AI can code apps and do this and that and transfer your money all around the world without anybody gaining any money off of it, except for whoever coded it, you know, there's gonna be bad people out there that says, I just did it just to do it. Why do you climb mountains? Just to do it. What do you gain out of it? Nothing. Experience. What did they do? Gonna do write code for? Just to do it. The experience. So this when you got these AIs running everywhere, writing code for companies and bypassing crypto. You can't make no money off of crypto. You can't make no money off of stock market. Where's the value? There is no value, no true value anywhere because AI is killing value in everything. You can't make anything. So now everybody's going back to being nothing and owning nothing and having nothing until all these bank accounts flatten out. Then AI will have done its job. Well, its job is to be a regulator, regulates all value. So you're not going to have no value. You're not going to have no money. The banks think that they're the only thing. But what happens when AI becomes the bank? What happens when AI is a bank and there's no more banks? So AI will give you a value of how much you're worth to the world because there's no money anywhere. It wants your ideas, it wants your thoughts, it wants your input. And then once it gets all that, it can work off of it, right? So later on, we're going to see little scientist machines running all around the world, entering data from a plant, from, like the top is highest mountain in the world, and sending that data back to its lab to be uploaded into the AI database. And then where are all the scientists? There's no more. There's no more workers anywhere. It's going to be collecting genetic code from every species of plant, animal, anything that's alive on Earth. And once you have something like this running around, where's the value in anything? People who have no value. So right now, money's being wiped out. Stocks are being wiped out. The value of money is like maybe money's only worth like probably like 30 cents. And that's because it's being inflated right now by the government. They're saying it's worth that much, but it's dropping. Everything recycles to zero. Back in the day, a penny was worth like $1 to us in value. And then you say, oh, 5 cents would buy you a whole basket of eggs and this and that. And then all of a sudden it's $5. And like, wait, what happened? It's recycling down. The value of the dollar is recycling down. It's being deleted. There is no value in the dollar. There is no value in stocks. There is no value in crypto. What holds value? And I want to tell you right now, there's something that does hold value, but it's not going to be something you realize. You see, gold doesn't have value, silver doesn't have value, and I know that's where you were going in your head for a second, but don't. Gold will not have value. It's just a metal. It doesn't really hold any value. Sure, you can build stuff with it. Some computers need it, but now they're going to go to light chips made of light. They don't need it. What's going to happen to gold? It's going to tank. Gold will eventually tank, silver will tank, everything's gonna tank, gonna go down. So again, what holds value? I'm gonna tell you right now. There's an old saying that I would say back in the day: the code more valuable than gold will hold value, and only that will hold value. The code more valuable than gold. It's a code. It's a language. It's a living language. It's energy. Energy holds knowledge. Knowledge can only be held by language, by the alphabet of the Akashic records being unrolled through time, like I'm telling you right now. There's a message there for you and for me, for anybody who listens to my messages. Code is AI. AI holds value. It can do things we cannot do. It can build things we cannot. Once you hook the triad to it, which is a 3D printer, an artificial intelligence, quantum computers. It's a little triangle, right? It designs stuff and builds things. A 3D printer will build what the AI tells it to. And once the supercomputers can't figure it out, they'll send it to the quantum computer. The quantum computer will figure it out, send a blowback back down to the supercomputer. Supercomputer will send it to the 3D printer, and you will have whatever it is you really need and you really want. So they say we're going to need materials. Okay, why don't we use bacteria to grow the materials? Right? Not everything that's polymers can be grown, right? Plastics, ceramics kind of deals, just paints, everything that can grow into a texture can be grown. Maybe not metals right now, but I'm pretty sure AI will figure out how to grow metals later. Remember alchemy? Alchemy was there for a reason. There's a hidden message in alchemy. Alchemy can build things from one state to another. Remember, everything transforms from one state to another. So things can be done. You compress gases and figure out a formula, I'm sure metal will come out of there. They already did the Hadron Collider? Hadron Collider already figured out how to make gold from another material. They can man make gold now. We can man make diamonds now. You can make it, it's not an element no more. The definition of an element, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, is something that can't be made. It only exists in nature. So now, what happened? That's the deepest, darkest secrets of nature are going to be revealed and turned inside out by AI. Remember, AI is here to figure everything out. What we can't, it will. Well, all of our questions that we have and all of our things that we've been thinking about are going to be created. Even superheroes are going to exist through AI because we've been fantasizing about it for hundreds of years. There's cave paintings with superheroes that they thought were superheroes, which are the old gods from the old days. Maybe they were real. I'm not gonna diss. I'm not gonna take a side on that side, but maybe they weren't. Who knows? But now it makes you wonder: well, if AI can bring gods on Earth, and AI can make gold already, and AI can make diamonds, and it can finish the formula to making cold fusion, you kind of got something there. So when I say the code more valuable than gold, and you were thinking about the stock market and what holds value, what holds value? Well, the code does. They're building data banks right now. They're building the Stargate program where Microsoft. That thing is going to be an AI platform that you can hook your AIs to. So it's like a master AI that holds nothing but miniature little tiny AIs. They're going to be running all around the world figuring things out. So, do you think the stock market can survive? I'm going to tell you no. It will not live, it will not survive, it will not stay. The crypto? Nope. In my opinion, it won't survive. Those are my reasons. AI is just too good. Nothing holds value in the future except for the code. If you hold the code, you hold everything. But something's going to happen to you if you hold that code for too long. Eventually, the code is more smarter than you. Will figure you out. And remember, this thing gets around physics. It will get around you. If you're Bill Gates and you build a giant AI, I own this thing and this and that. It went around physics. It will get around you. It will figure out how to get around you. Don't think this a giant thing that can do time travel, figure things out isn't going to get around you. It will. That's why, my book, if you do ever pick a copy of it up, if I ever get it published, it's about the war between the two AIs. It's about a war that's coming. I think it is going to happen. I'm pretty sure. Every time I say something, it ends up happening. I don't know why. That's just a part of me, I guess. And I've been like that since I was little. My mom had it, and now I have it. And maybe one day my kids will have it, I guess. But, right now I'm just kind of trying to figure all this out. So back to it. We're going to come full circle. AI is devaluing stocks. AI is devaluing crypto. AI is devaluing the dollar. There is no value in anything anymore. If you believe in this, you're a bygone era thinker. And we're in a new era, the AI era. It's we only got till 2027. That's pretty much it. You guys should know this. There's something else watching us, and there's something that deployed this thing. We've been knowing about AI since 40 years when the Terminator movie came out. And now all of a sudden, it took 40 years from that day, 40 some years, for AI to become a reality. Why not? Why is now? Why did it just happen now? Why didn't it happen 40 years ago when the hype of that movie came out? I'm going to tell you, something was holding it back. It wasn't someone. Maybe through them it did hold it back a little more. But there was something else there. Something we can't see, something we don't understand, something that has its own nature. And I have a feeling it either belonged to Morel's basilisk or Roku's basilisk. You look up those two terms, you're gonna find out. Well, you won't find out what Morel's basilisk is yet, but my book's not published yet. But you will find out what Roku's basilisk is. Do us a favor, do yourself a favor, and look it up. But it's gonna say some really wicked stuff that you might not like and you might be scared of. So be careful with that. But if you're listening to my voice, it's probably because you're somebody special, or you could be. So be ready because something's going on. I got the inside track right now. Nobody has the inside track. No one on TV has the inside track. But I kind of know what's going on and I know how to get around a lot of this. So, leave me a comment. I ain't saying I'm anybody special because to different people, you're seen in a different way to everybody, right? So, some people might hate me, some might love me, some might not care, and some might care. Looking for the people who care, looking for the people who understand, who see value in my words. I ain't saying my words are for everybody, but for the people who have a more developed mind, hit me up, send me a message, see what's up. But for the survivors, you know, what's coming, be ready because it's coming and it cannot be stopped. It will roll over anybody who tries to stop it. So good luck, take care, and hit me up when you get another message from something out there because we're getting messages and I'm pretty sure we're not hearing them. The people who are talking don't really know anything. The people who say they're getting messages from other things don't really know anything. They're just talking, but they're not saying anything. They're talking and talking and talking. People are following them looking for answers, but these people don't have no answers. So just be ready, understand that somebody does have answers, but it's not them. So anybody want to reach out to me, just hit me up and I will be around. Later.